this session, and then we'll jump into it straight away lah. Okay,
Okay, can.
so good afternoon, Jagan. This is our session number 4, and today
Yes.
we'll be talking about stuff that we have not covered for the last. Let me just open this file up, folder. All right, so today I'm going to start talking about, unless you have something to ask me since yesterday's topic, I want to proceed with our lessons lah. Yeah.
Can, sir. We can
So
start
can start. Yeah.
our new lesson.
Okay, so yesterday we spoke about using layers, and
Yep.
you are quite familiar with the layers now. I mean, not quite familiar, but you have an idea of how layers work. Okay,
Works. Okay.
so today I'm going to jump into the type tool. Before we go to type 2, I think we better
Okay.
talk about color correction first, because color correction is a very interesting one. I don't want to miss this. So I want to show you how you
Okay.
can color correct your images, and
Okay.
just like what you can do in Lightroom, you can also do in Photoshop. In fact, Photoshop has a bit more tools that you can use, which is quite interesting lah.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so this is where our adjustment layer comes into play. Remember, we did some adjustment layer with the hue saturation. We changed the color of the selection. Remember the first second day. Today we're going
Yep.
to go deeper into this. Okay, so let's open up a
Okay.
first image, and I'm going to show you what I'm trying to do. Yeah, so you go back
Okay.
to your folder demo files,
Okay.
and under 09 color correction, and I
Okay.
want you to open up this image called, let me see, which one is it? It's an image which has some books in it. Da, 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 da. Target. It's called target correction. Start. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to drag that into Photoshop. Come on, drag into Photoshop. One more time. Is it opening? Let's try one more time. Okay, there you go. All right, it's a bit blur. Why is it blur? Okay, now it's okay. Can you see that?
Okay. So I'm trying to drop the thing into my dock, but it's not opening it. I don't know why.
Okay, never mind. Because if you just open up Photoshop, for the
Okay.
first image, go
Just
ahead.
open from there.
For the first image, just drag and drop. Later we'll take
Okay.
it up
Done.
one one. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, as you can see, this image it has problems. By eye, you
Okay.
can see that this image got problem, right?
Yep.
It has a lot of yellow in it.
Yep.
Perhaps when the guy who took this photo, in fact, this guy is called
Okay.
Tess Telly lah. He's actually a Photoshop guru as well lah.
Oh, okay.
So, come on, let me show the image. Yeah, there you go. So this image has a lot of problems. So sometimes when you do color correction in Lightroom or Photoshop, you have
Okay.
instruments, or you have tools that can show you if the image is okay or not okay. Okay,
Okay.
a lot of people they don't really use this tool. It's called the histogram. Okay, the histogram is a
Okay.
actually very useful tool to use to find out whether your image is okay or not. So in order for you to go and grab the histogram, you go up to
Okay.
your menu under
Okay.
window. Yeah, the menu on top under window, you go down and look
Okay.
for histogram.
Okay.
Okay, histogram, you click on it, and it will appear
Okay.
in Photoshop. This guy over here lah.
Okay.
Yeah, so but in this way it's not useful at all. It's just showing us there's some blue, there's some green, there's some cyan, there's some red. It's not useful at all. Yeah, when it becomes
Okay.
useful is whenever you use this menu, this hamburger menu here. You click on it,
Okay.
you say I want to view all channels.
Okay.
Yeah, then
Okay.
now this one becomes useful. I can see the
Okay.
red channel, the green channel, and the blue channel.
Okay.
Okay,
Great.
if you notice there's some empty spaces here for the red. See an empty space here, no information, no
Okay.
data. Here also got no
Okay.
information, no data. The blue has
Okay.
a lot of information on the right hand side.
Yep.
Sorry, the green. Yeah, the blue also have even
Great.
more worse. So this
Mouse. Yeah.
this is showing you that this image has a lot of problems.
Okay.
A normal image will normally have full red left to right, full green left to right, and full blue left to right.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
By the way, we can section this thing into three sections. Yeah. The left
Okay.
1/3 section here is going to be all your shadows. The
Okay.
left 1/3. Yeah. The middle one is called your midtones, and the
Okay.
right one is called. Sorry, I'm sorry. I reversed the other way. The left one are all. Sorry, I'm right. I'm right. So the left one is all your shadows. These are
Shadow.
your midtones, and these are your highlights.
Okay.
Okay, you divide by three lah. Yeah, there's 1/3, second
Okay.
third, and third. All right. So everything on the left here is all your shadows, like all these dark images, all the blacks. Okay,
Okay.
and then we have midtones, which probably gonna be these colors like a red and all that kind of stuff. And then the
Okay.
highlights. Yeah, the highlights could be something like every white color here. There's not much highlights here. If you notice, not there's not much highlights here. Okay, red
Okay.
red has a lot of highlight because we have a lot of red in this image. In fact, the whole image
Mm.
also has a lot of red in it because it looks yellowish.
Okay.
Okay.
So your screen is getting a bit blurry now. It was clear earlier.
Okay. Must be the internet connection.
Yeah.
So,
I cannot see the symbols and fonts
all right.
clearly.
Let me see what I can do. I thought Skype would be better, but Skype also. Is it better now? Still blur.
Still blur. But actually, I still can catch you, sir, because I'm looking at my Photoshop screen. So if you can move around the cursor, I would be able to see.
If I move around like this,
It's
you see
okay.
screen, you can see, right?
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
it gets too blurry, then we have to stop and then we go into Zoom. I think Zoom has better resolution. For some reason, Skype is not. I'm testing Skype, whether it's better or not. So if it's not good for you,
Okay.
we will stop Skype. We'll go into Zoom. Okay, you let me know.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
this
Sure.
training is for you, not for me. Right? I
I
want to make
understand,
it the
sir.
best for
Okay.
you, not the best for me, lah. Yeah. So if you cannot, I understand. Then it's not gonna be, it's gonna be wasted, lah. You know.
I
So you
understand.
want to continue with this,
But
or
now the record is based on your screen, right? So I don't think so. This will affect your recording.
yes, it's going to be based on my screen. I can see it's quite clear. Yeah.
Yeah. Then I think should be okay, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if it gets blurry, you let me know.
Okay.
Yeah. You let me know.
Can.
Okay. All right. So let's go back to the channels. Yeah. So every image that you see, every pixel that you see on any images, it consists of
Okay.
three colors: red, green, and blue. Okay.
Okay.
Every image here, every dot that you see in the, it's all combination of RG and B lah. Okay.
Okay.
So what I'm trying to say is, sometimes when you have image like this, when you open up the histogram and you see here, you already
Mhm.
automatically know that this image has a lot of problems.
Okay.
By eye, we can see it's a problem, but sometimes by eye we cannot see. But in histogram, we can see the image has problems. And we can do
Okay.
color correction. Okay.
Mm.
So the first color correction I want you to learn is, I'm going to call the adjustment called the levels. Yeah, levels
Okay.
adjustment layer. Okay, this image probably has been taken in an area where there's a fluorescent light, and the guy who took the image did not bother about white balancing the image. He
Okay.
didn't do white balancing. White balancing means here, sometimes we have to do white balancing before we take any photos in an environment with a lot of lights, where we will
Okay.
point the camera to a white paper or anything that's pure white.
Okay.
Okay, so if you notice in this image, we have this color guide, color chart
Okay.
guide. Yeah, they purposely put this in this image is because when they come to Photoshop, they can color correct this image using this color guide.
Okay.
This color guide has several colors. The most important color that
Yep.
we need is actually the white,
White. Okay.
the black, and the
Okay.
midtone, which is the gray, right? The
Okay.
middle color. Let me do an experiment. Yeah? If I take my color picker, and if I click
Okay.
anywhere on the white area, let's say this book is white, right? It's supposed to be white. If I click on
Okay.
this, right, and if I open up
Okay.
my foreground color, you can see it is not white. It's actually yellow, right? If I
Okay.
push
Got
it
it.
here, you can see between the two colors. This is the current color,
Okay.
and this is the white that we're supposed to be. Very
Okay.
far away, it runs. It's not white, yeah.
Yep.
So sometimes our eyes can be deceiving. Okay. What
Mm.
about black? Let's pick up the black. So I'm gonna pick up this black on the book, and if you open up, you can see it's still far away from the black. That's the black that we see in our image. That's the black that we
Okay.
should be seeing.
Okay.
You understand, yeah?
Understand.
So this image got problem lah, basically. Okay, so we did
Okay.
some experiment on it to be say that it's right. So now we want to color correct this image.
Okay.
My favorite tool to color correct this image is actually the levels tool lah, which is actually at the bottom of the layer panel.
Okay.
You click on that circle with the two colors. It's called the adjustment layer icon, and then you
Okay.
choose levels.
Levels. Okay.
Let me push my picture aside first, because otherwise you won't be seeing the layer panel. Put mine here, or maybe I hide my picture for a while. One second. Okay, so now you can see the bottom of the layer panel, this
Yep.
icon, right? I click on it
Okay.
and I choose levels.
Levels. Okay.
Yeah, levels here.
Okay.
Right, and then you will get an adjustment layer on top of the background layer.
Correct.
See that? And then this
Yes.
levels properties will open up.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll drag it up a bit more. So I have my histogram open just to see.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay.
Okay, and you see inside your properties for levels, you have the
Okay.
same mountain-like looking thing, like going up and down like a mountain, right?
Hmm.
Okay, and you notice that also here also we have mountains. I refer them as mountains because actually it's data of the color lah. How much
Okay.
of dark you have in your color and how much of red lights you have.
Okay.
This one we broken into 3 parts. This one is only one full part. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Right. So I'm going to go slow for this one because I make you to understand. I want to
Okay.
make you understand how things work, and then later you understand why I'm showing you all this stuff lah.
Okay, sure.
In your layers, you see that you have your background image.
Okay.
On top of the image, we have a layer.
Okay.
And this layer is actually your adjustment layer for your levels.
Okay.
Okay. And notice we also have a mask.
Hmm.
This is our good friend. Mask is always good.
Okay.
And this icon represents its levels lah.
Hmm.
Different tools will have different icons.
Okay.
This icon represents levels. So inside
Okay.
this, if you go down to your RGB, you can bring it down. It's red, and you can see the
Okay.
red and red here summer. Yeah, exactly the same. And then we have the green, and these guys are exactly the same. These two.
Okay.
And then we have the blue, and then you have the blue, right?
Okay.
So the levels will has all these 3 channels. So I will go back to my RGB. RGB means it consists of all 3 channels combined into one.
Okay.
Okay, so we have separate channels and we also have combined into one RGB. Okay, just like this lah, here.
Okay.
Right? Okay, now I want to color correct this image.
Okay.
So I want to color correct the image by using this color chart that I have in my image.
Okay.
So what I will do is there are 3 color pickers here.
Okay.
These color pickers have colors on them. One is black,
Okay.
another one is white, and the
Okay.
middle one is gray. Okay, basically
Okay.
your dark tones, your
Okay.
your highlights, and your midtones.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the fastest way of doing a color correction. Is you select your black color picker, and then you go into the
Okay.
color guide. You choose the black swatch here.
Okay.
You click once.
Okay.
Okay, suddenly your image will change a bit.
Darker. Yep.
Okay, and then you go and grab the white one. You must follow the sequence, yeah? Black, white, and gray. Don't go from top to bottom. You
Okay.
do the sequence, and then you go to the white. You go
Okay.
into your image. You click on the white swatch,
Okay.
and then the image will become something different.
Yes.
Yeah?
Okay.
And then if you have an option to do gray, you do gray. If not, you just leave it alone. Okay, now I have the option to do gray, right? Because I have got the gray area here.
Great.
So I'm
Okay.
going to choose this gray over here. Click,
Okay.
and
Got
now you
it.
see the image has been corrected.
Okay.
I can see by opening and switching on the eyeball here. Before,
Okay.
that was before, and this is
Now.
after. Okay, again,
Okay.
before, so much different.
Okay.
And when you do it before and after, have a look at your 3 channels here. What's happening here? This is
Yes.
before color correction. This is
Okay.
after color correction.
Okay.
Okay, see how image becomes balik nicely done,
Yes.
right?
Yes, sir.
This is a trick that people don't know how to use these three guys. I will show you
Oh,
the fast way now, but later I'll go jump into Photoshop and show you what is happening behind this thing. I want to show
okay,
you
sir. Sure.
how it works. Yeah,
Yeah.
why is this happening? This is actually a shortcut way lah. But
Okay,
sometimes
got it.
shortcut way doesn't work. You have to go into the manual way of doing things. Okay,
Okay.
but with this image is good because we have a color chart
Yes,
to
yes.
follow.
That's what I'm thinking actually.
Mm.
That's running in my mind now.
Yeah. So what's running in your mindset? What if the image doesn't have a color chart, right?
Yes. How do I
That's the
identify
next.
these colors?
That's the
Okay.
next lesson. The next demo lah.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
The image is still okay now. Is it still blur?
Your screen is still blur, but I'm looking at my screen actually by looking at your pointers.
I think my video should be okay lah.
Yeah. Okay, sir. No
The
problem.
video should be good. Yeah. Okay, I can see
Okay.
my video here. The recording is quite good. Okay. So, Jagan, at the time you might be asking me, okay, guy, sir, your image you have color chart. What if image doesn't have color chart? Okay, let's
Okay.
do that. So I'm going to bring another image. If you go back to your folder,
Okay.
there's another image here called CH4 Vacation. This guy. CH4 Vacation.
CH.
Vacation.jpg.
Hold on, sir. I'm just looking for it. It was in demo file.
Demo file, color correction.
Color correction.
CH4 Vacation.
CH4 vacation. Yes.
Okay,
Correct.
click and drag onto your icon, Photoshop icon.
Okay, done.
All right. So this is the image that we are going to talk about.
Okay.
Right. So because just now
Okay.
you asked me if got color chart, okay lah. What if there's no color chart?
Correct.
Right. Okay. This is what we're going to do. Again, my histogram is open. Always open up and check your histogram, expanded view. Look at the image. Red got problem in the dark. Oh, by the way, if you go back to your other image, you can see now it's full range. Can you see that?
Yes, yes, I saw that.
This is
earlier.
hilang. This one is full range balik.
Yep.
That means this is a good image.
Got it, sir.
All right. So go back to CH4.
Okay.
If you notice here, we have problems missing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So again, we're going to use the same trick.
Okay.
Go back down here to your adjustment layer. Open up
Okay.
our levels. And then we got our levels with our nice properties here. All right. So
No need to unlock the layers, right?
no need. This one no need to unlock.
Okay, got
If
it.
you're editing the layer, then you unlock. This one we're just doing a color on top of it, just do adjustment only.
Okay.
Okay, so you're probably asking me how do I do it without a color chart?
Okay.
Right, so without color chart, we just have to assume things.
Okay.
What could be black in this image? What
His
could
coat, obviously the guy's coat.
coat might be blue. We don't know. Some people wear the dark blue coat.
Okay.
Right. So we have to experiment.
Okay.
Because I've done this exercise a million times with my other students. I know which
Okay.
is black, which is white, and which is grey lah. But
Okay.
and I already know that. So, but if your case, if you have a new image, you have to experiment.
Got it.
Okay, let me just zoom in one step here. So,
Okay.
what do you think could be black in this image? 100%
okay.
sure there's
Hold on,
gonna be
let me
black.
just enlarge my photo.
And you can be 100%
Okay.
sure there's
That's
gonna
why the first thing that I'm having in my mind is actually the guy's coat. But just now you told me it could be
Dark
blue.
blue, mm.
So maybe I can go for his shoes.
Correct. Okay, so let's choose the black color picker or eyedropper.
Okay.
Click on his shoes once.
Okay.
All right.
Got it.
So what
Okay.
what could be white in this? This is very easy. Where's the white?
Obviously the socks.
The socks. The
And
white.
also
The
his
boy is
shirt.
wearing white. The guy is wearing white.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. We can safely assume
Yeah.
because back in the days, people probably maybe this is a schoolboy is wearing white. We can assume, but maybe the lady is not. Maybe she's wearing something yellowish. We don't know.
Yes.
But 100% sure that he's going to be wearing white. So I'm going to go and grab my white color picker.
okay.
Click on his baju. The guy's baju,
Okay.
The
Got it,
man,
sir.
the man. Okay. Looks
Yes.
cool, right? And
Okay.
last but not least, what do you think could be grey in this image?
Okay, talking about
maybe
the
this girl's
grey
wearing,
one.
something.
Is it? It has to be dark grey or light grey, sir? Because
just
the
a
girl is
neutral
holding
grey,
a
it doesn't have
jacket.
to be
It's
dark.
also grey.
It's somewhere in the middle normally.
I think then we can go for it.
This guy here, right? Let's try. So I'm gonna go
The,
and
the,
grab
the one
my,
that the girl holding,
yeah.
yes.
So she's probably holding a gray coat or
Code.
something.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right? It could have been that, or it could have been this ground here as well.
Okay.
Okay, the ground gives you the blue, but this one gray gives you a bit of the green color, right? You also notice?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. It's green. Yeah.
yeah. This is a bit more bluish kind of color. Both are okay lah.
Okay.
But this one needs some more refinement. Yeah, it needs some more refinement. This is where I'm going to show you how you can go deeper into this technique and adjust accordingly.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the thing. Just now we just click and then find this first image looks good, right?
Okay.
Second image is already looking very nice, but it's only
Okay.
90% way up there. To
Okay.
me, it looks like still a bit of blue in the image, a bit of bluish
Yep.
in the image, right? Okay,
Yep.
so now I'm going to show you a technique. Now you go to your properties panel. Can you see the word
Okay.
RGB here?
Okay.
Switch to red.
Switch to red.
Yeah. Okay, and then you will see
Okay.
your mountain here, right? So what
Okay.
Photoshop has done for you, I'll show you. Now I'll do the manual way so you see what I'm trying to do. I'm going to reset my adjustment balik by clicking this rewind button. Now I
Okay.
want to show you how Photoshop is doing it behind the scene. Yeah. What Photoshop is doing is
Okay.
going to the R channel. It's taking this black
Okay.
slider, is pushing to the edge
Uh,
of that mountain, and it's
okay.
taking this white,
Ah.
is pushing to the edge of the mountain. That's red.
Mountain. Okay.
Okay, and then
Okay.
it goes to green. It does the same thing
Okay.
to the edge of the
Okay.
mountain. The white
Okay.
slider to the edge of the mountain,
Okay.
and it's doing the blue as well, the same thing. And you can see, we'll get back our image,
Okay.
color corrected. See, before,
Okay.
after.
Got it.
That's what Photoshop is doing. Okay,
Okay.
sometimes the color pickers don't work 100% of the time. They only work about
Okay.
90-95%. So you will have to go
Okay.
in channel by channel, adjusting them, making sure they're at the edge of this mountain range.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So and then you can go back to RGB if you want to make it a bit more darker or brighter. You use the middle slider. You don't use the two guys anymore. Use the middle slider. If I push to the right, it becomes darker. If
Okay.
I push to the left, it becomes brighter, right? So this one
Okay.
you gotta find a sweet spot of where you think it's gonna be a very nice color. Maybe something like that.
Okay.
Somewhere in the middle lah. So it's before and after.
Okay.
Alright? You got that?
Yeah, got it, sir.
Okay, so why do we have a mask here? Why do you think? Why every adjustment layer has a mask? Because it's going to help us hide things that
Okay.
we don't want to adjust using the levels. Remember yesterday, 2 days ago, we did the dog. We hit the background of the dog.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So let me
Correct.
show you why. So if I select my mask here and I press my B
Okay.
for my brush, and if I
Okay.
go, let's say this boy, I don't want him to be color corrected, right?
Okay.
Make sure I have black selected, and I just can use color correction. He's now not being color adjusted.
Mm.
Yeah, he's going back to the
Okay.
original image.
Okay.
If I don't want him to be part of the image, let's say,
Oh,
maybe he look
okay.
as if he's still back in the days lah.
Okay.
The other guys are
Okay.
come back to the future. He's still
Okay.
backdated, and you
The
can see
original
my
photo. Okay, got it.
mask. You see, I'm making sure that
Mm-hmm.
he's
Okay, got it.
not affected, right? The rest are
Okay.
all affected. So that's why we have a mask, and every adjustment layer will have a mask, and that's very
Okay.
good. It's very good, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to reverse that X and then put him back in the image now. Adjustment. Okay, making sure it's part of it. Cool. So now
Okay,
you
got
get
it,
the
sir.
idea, right? How do you do color correction?
So this is the other way
This is
of
the
doing it
manual way.
without using the color picker.
Exactly.
So like what you said, for individual colors, we just need to adjust the edges right and left. We
Correct.
don't disturb the
Middle.
center point, the
Yes.
midpoint.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Only
For
when you
RGB, we can adjust the midpoint.
if you want to do maybe make it brighter or slightly darker, then you use the middle
Okay,
point only. This is your gamma correction. Gamma
got
is
it, got
basically
it.
the
So which
one.
means this is the best output that we can have so
Yeah,
far.
this image is the best output.
Okay, got it,
Okay,
sir.
so it depends on the people who's looking at it anyway lah. Some people they want it
Okay.
darker, some people they want it brighter. That's the reason why we always adjustment layers, because we can come and change this all the time. Anytime you save
Okay.
this a PSD file now, if your client
Okay.
or you are not happy with how it looks like, you can come and change it.
Okay.
It's
Got it.
not erasing pixels, it's not doing anything, it's just adjustable anytime you want.
Okay.
So what we are doing now, we are actually working in a non-destructive way with Photoshop.
Got it, sir.
Many years ago, Photoshop was what, a very destructive workflow where you delete pixels and you erase pixels. But now
Oh,
we have a workflow that we can, what do you call, we can do non-destructive way of editing lah.
got it.
Okay. All
Okay.
right. Okay. My image is still, my video is also going slow, but I better hide it lah. All right. Next exercise. Yeah. We're still sticking to
Okay.
color correction. We're gonna do a couple of more images. I want to show
Sure.
you what's the difference in all that. Let's jump into another one. Let's try. This is a good, very good practice actually for us. Let's try this one.
Hiking.
Hiking. Correct.
Okay.
Because hiking has the same rate problem as well.
Okay.
Okay. So let's do a quick one. Let's do the quick way of using the eyedroppers. Grab
Okay.
my levels. You can see
Okay.
there's a lot of image problem inside here in the histogram. You can see, right?
Yep.
You can do manual or you can do automatic, up to you. So let's say we pick up a dark color. What could be black in this image? She's wearing a black shoes here, right? Nampak tak? So I
Yes.
select that as a black shoe. And then I'm
Okay.
going to grab something white, which is maybe her baju, her tudung here, or whatever she's wearing. And
Okay.
then I'm going to pick something grey. I don't know, it looks at something like grey here. Okay, gives that color. And you know this image becomes very dark.
Oh, the mountains, sir?
Oh, the mountain, yeah. Okay, let's try the mountain. Good
Oh,
idea.
no, it's
Okay,
becoming green, actually.
becoming a bit bluish, right? But doesn't matter. We
Yep.
can still adjust, right? So
Okay.
we get about maybe 90% of the way, and it's a bit dark. So I want to make it brighter. So let's go back to RGB and use this slider
Okay.
to the left. So much better now. See that?
Better. Exactly.
So much
Exactly.
better. And even this guy also actually can push a bit more to little to the left here. You see a lot of information missing here, right?
Yep.
And I can pull this slider
So
back.
that is exposure, right? Highlight.
That's the highlights, yeah.
Okay.
So
Got
you
it.
can see the image now. Teruk, and then much better now.
Better.
Maybe I
Yeah.
push the
Correct.
highlight a bit too much. I'm gonna push it back to the right a bit. Because you can see the scarf she's wearing is overblown, yeah. The details are missing,
Yeah.
so it's not a good way to do that. I don't need to overblow. Bring back some details. That's the reason why a lot of photographers, when they take photos, they don't
Okay.
compress the photos in the camera. Because the camera has a mode that where you can take images, it converts to JPEG straight away. That's not a good idea. Keep
Okay.
it as a raw image.
Raw image. Okay.
Okay,
Got
raw
it.
image means it's going to be a huge file, but the
File. Yes.
data is going to be there. So when you bring it to Photoshop or Lightroom, you have
Okay.
more control over the colors.
Got it, sir.
Yeah. The reason why people switch to JPEG in the camera is because they want to take lots of pictures. So the CF card has, can
So
put more images in there.
more pictures. Yeah. Because of the
Capacity.
file size, right?
Exactly. So people don't
Yeah.
like to take raw because maybe about 100 pictures the CF card's already full.
Full.
But they
Yeah.
forget that
Exactly, sir.
when they come back to the studio and they start color correcting, they lose information like this one, overblown. I cannot get the
Okay.
information back. Gone already. No
Got
matter
it.
what I
Got it.
do, because it's a 8-bit JPEG file, I can't do anything anymore.
Okay.
If it was a raw file, I can still
Okay.
get all that information inside her head and all that.
Oh,
The
okay.
scarf,
Got
I
it.
mean, yeah, we can still see details. But this is the best we can do for this image.
Noted.
But it still takes a lot better. You see, much better compared to this one. You can see the
Okay.
blue
Yeah.
skies
Of
and all.
course.
And obviously you can go and remove all the scratches if you want to lah. You know how
Yeah.
to do the scratches already. Let's try
Yeah.
one more.
Spot.
Let's try this one. Home.jpg.
Okay.
Okay, this one is a bit funny. If you notice, if you quickly look at your eyes, look at the histogram, you see, this image is all okay, tak ada masalah. Full. Right? So what could be
Okay.
wrong? By eye now we can see visually that his one has a lot of green color in it.
Yep.
Although this image tells us otherwise. So sometimes you
Okay.
cannot trust the histogram. You look at your eyes. Yeah? So let's
Okay.
quickly color correct this image. Let's try our same method. So
Okay.
what could be black in this image? I would say that down here maybe could be dark black, or maybe this
Okay.
soil over here is black. Yeah. This picket fences or this what do you call that? The poles here could be white,
White.
and
Yeah.
then it could be gray down here. We don't know. Let's try.
Okay.
Okay, go and grab our levels,
Okay.
and then use our three good friends, color pickers.
Okay.
Black will be down here. I'm going to pick up somewhere underneath the house there.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to go and grab the white, which is the picket fences or the pole here.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go and grab the gray and point it to the ground here.
Oh,
Ah, back to normal.
very nice. Yeah.
Okay, you know
Very
what the
sir.
problem with this image was? The image problem with this was because of the mid-tones. As soon as we put the gray in, everything became nice.
Nice. Yeah.
Notice, yeah?
Exactly.
All right? And then see the
So I
guys,
noticed
yeah.
that the histogram that we are having, usually if the photo looks nice, they are of course, I mean, full from right to left, and they have a lot of
Lines.
breaks in between, sir.
Okay, good observation. Because normally my students don't even bother asking about that. So what is happening here is actually you are actually editing the image. So when you
Okay.
do editing of image, Photoshop will remove some pixels away.
Oh,
So
okay.
anytime you do an editing to a photo, you're actually destroying the image. Yeah, you're removing
Got it.
pixels and all that. So that's why you see gaps in between. So
Okay.
Photoshop has destroyed some image away, some pixels away. That one you can't
Got
help
it.
it because it's actually a very low res image and also 8-bit image.
Okay.
So in the
Okay. Got it.
future, when you do take photos and you want to keep them forever and then you want to really edit them,
Okay.
have in mind to capture as raw. Okay, and then
Okay.
when you come back into Photoshop, you edit as a 16-bit image instead of 8-bit image.
Okay.
If you really
Got
want to
it.
become a professional photographer, that's what people do lah. And that's where
Okay,
you
sir.
go and put your pictures in magazines, high quality print, high gloss printing magazines and all that. Is you have to
Okay.
work with 16. But we have to work,
16.
if you want to work with 16 bits, you must have a good system lah. In your case, you already
Okay.
have a good Mac.
Okay, sir.
So if you
Got
have
it.
one of those entry level MacBooks or entry level PCs, forget about it lah. It takes a lot of
Oh.
resources.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
good graphics card, at least 32 gig in the RAM and above, and some large storage as well, SSD storage.
Got it, sir.
Okay, because when you take
Oh,
photos like this, they take a huge space, and you gotta have a lot
okay.
of spares SSD drives around.
Okay. Got
Okay,
it.
so good question. It breaks up because of we are editing the image.
Okay, sir.
All right. So this okay. Let's go and fine tune this. So if I let me go
Okay.
back into my array, see whether everything's okay. See, this one is not really hitting the edge of the mountain, right? So we push it down to the
Yeah.
right. Okay. Go to the green. We do the same thing. This is okay. Let's push it a bit to the right. And then we come back to the blue, and then still again we push it to the right. So I think this is a better image. And then you see the gamma. See, I can still adjust it to make it even more neutral color. So this is where you have to come in and just play around with it until you see something that you like. Yeah.
Okay.
So it all depends on the eye of the beholder lah.
True. Some people like the photos,
To
I
be
mean,
warm,
darker.
some
Yeah.
people like to be cold. So
Yeah.
it all depends on the person who's editing it. Like any of the
Okay.
movies that we see, everything are all been edited by one person, the way the director
Hmm.
wants it to be, not our liking but to his liking.
Mm.
Okay, there you go. Right,
Yeah.
it's cool.
Okay.
So before, after, even the jacket,
Af-
blue jacket that comes back already.
Yeah.
Right,
Got it, sir.
right. Even the trees are only green nowadays. Okay, so that's how you go and check. Let's play a bit more. I want to give you
Okay.
one more. Maybe you can
Sir,
try.
one more question, sir.
Sure, go ahead.
Because those photos that we are editing right now, if you look at it, most of the colors are like green, red, blue, and things like that, which means they are having one color more than compared to other colors.
Mm.
But I think this will happen only with those days cameras. But nowadays cameras, I think most of the time the color will be just nice, right?
Yeah.
So when
You're
you
right. Yeah, the camera nowadays they are very good, and they have very good sensor. So the colors are, even like Oppo. I mean, nowadays phones, even they are, when they advertise the phones to you, they talk more about the camera more than
press
using it as a phone, right? They
exactly,
have three
yeah,
lenses and all, so things are becoming better. So you won't get this kind of funny looking problems. But sometimes we still do have, when you take a photo and it's against the sun and the sun comes through the thing and it's overexposed, underexposed, you still have to come and edit.
Oh, okay.
The
Which means we
images,
still
yeah,
can see the difference
yeah, you
with
can,
the
yes,
enhanced colors.
yes, definitely, definitely. Every photo
Okay.
you see in any magazines, they all been enhanced.
Okay, got it, sir.
There's
Got
a
it.
vibration,
Okay.
they increase the vibrance or they increase the color. They will enhance it. Even yesterday when we did a photo, the girl's face also they will enhance by dodging the face a bit and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, got
Everybody,
it.
I said 99.9% of the image you can see on any magazine is all been enhanced.
Okay, sir. Got it,
Has
sir.
been photoshopped, yeah.
Okay.
So don't worry, you still have a job as a photographer and as a editor.
Yeah.
Will always have because cameras are not perfect.
Okay,
Not
sir.
like
Got
our
it.
eyes. Our eyes have more control for lights and exposures in our eyes because our iris can open up and close very fast. And
Okay.
sometimes if you notice, when you look outside, with your eyes, you can see everything, and then when you look inside, you can also see everything clearly. Yeah,
Okay.
cameras cannot. Yeah, cameras if you take something and with an overexposed image outside, okay, and
Okay.
then when you point the camera inside, everything becomes so dark, and
Got it.
reverse also. Yeah, so the autofocus
Oh,
or the what I say the exposure, it's not
okay.
as good as our eyes, not yet lah, at least.
Okay, sir. Got it.
All right, so let's jump to another one. This one I want you
Okay.
to see whether you can do this one yourself. It's called Green Lady.
Yeah, I saw that.
Green
Okay.
Lady. Drag it, drop into Photoshop. Okay. So this one also have a lot of problems. Yeah. When you
Okay.
look at the histogram, a lot of the
Okay.
highlights are missing in some
Exactly.
channels. Yeah. So let's remedy this. So what we reckon
Okay.
we use again levels lah. Or you want to do
Okay.
manual also can. Yeah. So if you go down to let's try manual. Go to levels
Okay. Done.
and we jump into the red channel. We bring that
Okay.
white direct into the edge of that, not there but there, yeah, at the edge of that mountain. You can see already
Okay.
it's coming back. Green, let's bring it back a
Okay.
bit, not so much I think here, and then the blue has a lot of, there you go, right?
Okay.
Okay, we'll go back to RGB, maybe adjust the brightness a bit. Okay, now I can see her face at least.
Yes.
Go back to red. I like to sometimes go back and readjust again. Give it more red because I want she's wearing the blouse and all that, has to be white, right? Looks a bit, have to be, make sure it's a bit white. And I don't know, it looks like this is like terracotta color, the pinkish color. I'm trying to bring that
Yeah.
back. Yeah, that's much better. The blue. Looks like a warm day to me because she's wearing a hat, so we give it a bit of a warm kind of look. Okay, I think that's it. Right? You can see before,
Okay.
then after.
Yes.
Still, this is a
Way
low
better.
res image, but if you have a high res image, it's going to be very nice.
Got it.
Right?
Okay.
So, besides using levels, there's another tool that I want to introduce to you. Okay?
Okay.
It's called the curves tool. It
Okay.
works almost the same as the levels tool, but I want to show you what's the difference between these two. Yeah? So, let
Okay.
us go and pick up another image that we can play with. If you go
Okay.
and look down for one called shark.tiff,
Shark. Yes.
shark.tiff, yeah? So let's open that up. Okay, so this is underwater.
Okay.
So very hard to know which is black, white, and I think the white is this is probably called the white tip shark. Yeah, and the body of the shark normally, if I'm seeing a lot of movies or TVs, documentaries, their body is normally grey color,
Okay.
and maybe look something dark, maybe somewhere down here. Yeah, So let's try. But this time around, I want to do the curves. So go down to the icon and look for curves instead of levels. Okay, it has a different looking interface. Yeah, but our three guys are still here. You see that?
Okay.
Yeah. So let's try that. Let's click on the black and click somewhere dark area down here.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm gonna click on the white and click the tip of the fin of the shark. And gray will pick up from its body lah, anywhere in the body. Okay, so you see it before and after. Right, so let's go back into these lines. What are these lines? Right, basically your lines are still the same. It's actually the red line been adjusted again. See, it's doing the same thing to the edge of the mountain. And then we have the green,
Okay.
right? And then here's edge of the mountain as well. That's exactly, it's doing the same, exactly the same thing. Blue comes to the blue over
Okay.
here. 1 second, Jigan, 1 second, eh?
Sure. Okay. Okay.
Okay, right. So this one looks a bit different because this one uses these lines, right? It's called the curves, by the way. Okay. So if I
Yes,
were to go
and
back,
we only have two things to play around at the bottom.
yes, correct. You're right.
Okay.
Because the middle one is actually
Okay.
here. This line here, this white line means all channels here. So if
Oh,
I click
okay.
somewhere in the middle, it becomes a dot. So that dot becomes something that we can pull and bring down. So if I pull it up, it becomes brighter. If I bring it down, it becomes darker. So in fact, it's just you can just push it up. You can highlight. You can enhance the darkness.
Okay.
The highlights, or you can bring it
Okay.
down to enhance the dark colors, the dark tones. Okay,
Okay.
so you can even make like this. You can even click one here, click one in the middle,
Okay.
and then click one here. And this is the famous S curve they call it. People when do color
Okay.
correction, they like to do this S curve. It gives a more contrast to the image. Okay,
Okay.
but people sometimes don't like the curves because they don't know how to play with it. Sometimes they make too much like that, then it becomes like teruk lah, rosak image. See,
Oh.
so they don't know how to use it. So as you go learning Photoshop, sometimes you
Okay.
have to play around with the curves as well lah. So this area here is the highlights. Yeah, how you
Okay.
want to adjust your highlights. These are all the dark tones this side.
Okay.
Okay, I'm adjusting it, and you can see the eye of the shark. And then this is your middle tone, your gamma. Okay, so you adjust a
Mm.
bit, you can see the difference. So I've adjusted like that. You can see now with and without. You can see the eyeball here. That's without. That's with.
Oh, okay.
Okay, if you don't like it, you can bring down a bit on the dark tones and all that. It takes time to get used to this, but sometimes it's even powerful compared to the levels.
Got it, sir.
Yeah. So these curves. And the good thing about curves, I have this hand tool here. They say the on-screen adjustment tool. Yeah, this one levels doesn't have. Yeah, if I select that, I can come here and I can click and I can drag to adjust manually. So now I can make the
Oh.
blue even bluer, and it's adjusting here for me. It finds out where the tone of the image is adjusting inside here for me, making some tones for me. So now if I want to
Mm.
increase the contrast or the brightness of the shark, I can click on the shark and I can drag it up. All right.
Mm.
So it's called an on-screen adjustment.
Got it.
Okay. So
Okay.
play around with that, get used to it. A lot of tutorials online that show you how to can really go deep into it to understand the curves better. I like to use curves because I'm more familiar with it. It gives you
Okay,
more
sir.
control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's still exactly the same as the levels one.
Okay.
All right.
Got it.
Okay. What else is the color correction? Okay. Even black and white image can work. So let's try in the black and white
Oh,
image, and then we move on to the next topic. So I've got these
okay.
two ladies here. Where are my two ladies? I've got two ladies. Where are my two ladies? Ah, CH2 very flat.
Okay.
Okay, let's open it up. Ah, there you go, these two ladies, right?
Okay.
Alright, even this also works. This is actually a black and white image. So if you go and check under your image mode, you can see it's called grayscale. Yeah,
Okay.
it is not an RGB image, but it doesn't matter. You can still use it. So let's go
Okay.
to levels. Okay,
Okay.
we'll do the manual way lah. Click here, click there, done. You don't even have to go to RGB because it's a gray
Mm.
image. There's only one channel. Okay, and then you can adjust it. You
Okay.
can make it brighter or what. Okay, and then this one you can come into your spot healing brush tool. You can clear all these scratches. Sorry, excuse me, down here. Clear all the scratches. Normally, if in class, we will ask you to do this lah. Sit down, 5 minutes, play around with all this stuff. But since we're doing online, so you probably has a homework to you.
Okay.
Have fun with it. Yeah, and then when in class, we ask you to change this image to a color image as well, like what we did for the guy the other day. Because we have more time to
Mm.
practice in class, so we want the
Okay.
students to do that. Sometimes they love to do this to clear up everything, all the mess. Yeah, so you get what I mean, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, ready to move to the next topic?
Of course.
Any questions
We
about
can.
color correction? You already have an idea, right?
Yeah.
Okay, even any
Straightforward, sir.
images you bring from internet, also you look at it first and understand whether you need it to be what do you call that, color corrected or not.
Okay. Got
Okay,
it.
let's take a 2 minutes break and
Okay.
then we'll
Sure.
continue. Yeah,
Okay, sir. Okay.
see you in 2 minutes.
Okay.
Pause
Sure.
the recording first.
Okay. Done.
Okay, so we're going to work on this one and then we learn about the text that's available inside of Photoshop. Okay,
Okay.
so if you look at the layers, we have two layers. Yeah,
Yep.
we have the layer with the background,
Okay.
and then we also have a mug,
Yep.
right? 1 second, let me just close the door a bit. Okay, right, so what we're going to do here, we're going to create a simple banner or an advertisement.
Okay.
Okay, and we will excuse me, and we will learn how to use the text lah. Okay, all right. In Photoshop, we have several version of text that we can use. Okay,
Okay.
number one is we have, if you go down to the toolbox on the left hand side, you can see, if you right click, you can see you have balloon thing running, horizontal type text.
Yep.
We have vertical type. We have
Okay.
vertical with a mask, and then horizontal type with mask.
Okay.
Okay, the one that we will really use is a lot is the first one.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to grab my horizontal type text. There's two ways we can put text in Photoshop. Yeah, number one
Okay.
is we just click once
Okay.
and then we can type. Okay,
Okay.
click and type.
Okay.
Right, let's say cafe lah. Right, then I can use my move tool. If you bring your move tool into the image, it becomes like an eye beam. It looks like an eye.
Okay.
Okay, where you can edit the text. You can see, you can put your cursor in between and you can edit the text. Yeah,
Okay.
but if you move it away from the text, it becomes like a cross like that.
Okay.
Yeah, this cross means you can drag the text around.
Okay.
You can drag it around. Okay, you can place it wherever you want.
Okay.
And once you like the text to be there, you just check mark up here. Okay, or you can press enter on your keyboard lah. For text, you cannot press enter. You have to press command and enter to confirm.
Okay.
Now the text is there.
So your voice is breaking, sir.
Can you hear me now?
Okay. Clear.
Okay, maybe bring the microphone maybe closer a bit. Okay, so what we have done is we just created a text by just clicking and typing. Is the sound coming from you or coming from my side?
Hello?
Is the sound coming from you or from my side? The background sound.
No, from my side actually. Cleaner vacuuming
Oh,
my
okay, okay.
house.
All right. So now, if you look at your layers panel, yeah, Jagan,
Okay.
you have
Okay.
3 layers now instead of 2 layers.
Okay. There's a text layer in
Automatically,
between.
Photoshop has created a text layer for you, so you can click and drag to the top if you want to, lah.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So that's click and type. You can
Okay.
also do this way, yeah. With the text selected, the text tool selected, I can click and make a box.
Okay.
Okay. When you make a box, Photoshop will fill up with what we call a placeholder text for you.
Okay.
Right? If you lepas, you can see some placeholder text, but it's too large for it to fit into the box because the previous one we chose was a huge text, right? The 105 points up here. Up here
Okay.
you can see it's 100. It's quite large. So if I click on that T on the T icon, I
Okay.
can click and drag to the left to make the text smaller.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Basically, I'm trying to put as much text in there as possible. Okay. Now my text is about 25 or 26 points, and I can do the check mark where I press Command and Enter.
Right.
So now you got two texts lah. One is your header, the other one is a body
Okay.
copy or just the body or the copy lah.
Okay.
And if you
Right.
look inside your layers panel, you still have the two texts there. I normally like to bring it like that. Yeah. The
Okay.
header is on top and the one is at the bottom.
Okay.
Okay. So what if you want to edit the text? So it's easy. You just have to double click on the icon of the text. Let's say you want to edit the cafe. You double
Okay.
click, yeah, and you change to maybe coffee instead. And then you can double click to highlight the whole text and then you can drag it to the left.
Okay.
Okay, and then check mark. Right, now if you go and grab your move tool, you can select the text, you can move it around.
Okay.
Yeah, with the move tool. And if you want to edit, even with the move tool you can edit. Yeah.
Okay.
Where did my text go to? Okay, even if you with your if I've selected my move tool, I can even double click on the text, I can still edit it. It'll automatically what do you call that, open up the text tool. There you go. Yeah.
Right.
Right, I can even highlight and then I can change to something else. Maybe I want to change the font, for instance. Select, and then up here we have the font drop down. Okay, you can select whatever text that you have in your system. Yeah, we have a lot of text here. And if you are
Okay.
subscribed to the Creative Cloud, you have
Okay.
access to thousands and thousands of fonts from Adobe Fonts.
Got it, sir.
Okay, so let's say you click down the Avenir here, you can see that you can also bring things from there, more from Adobe Fonts up here. If you
Oh,
click
okay.
on that, yeah, it'll connect you to the web,
Okay.
and you can access to other fonts that you can download straight into your system. And these fonts will be in your system, which means in your PC, so you can use for any other applications as well. Doesn't have to be just Adobe application, it can be anything.
Oh,
They
okay.
always
Right.
remain for you, right? So you have access to all this stuff if you are on Creative Cloud lah.
Okay.
Okay. And it used to be called Type Fonts, now they change it to Adobe Fonts because
Okay.
they bought over the company. Okay. So we have click and type text, and then we have a text that we can put into a box. Okay, so this text
Okay.
this is called a paragraph text, by the way. If you click on it, you can see you can still adjust the box. You see the box has handles. I can even make it smaller, bigger, make it
Mm.
longer down bottom and all that. Okay, if you want to make
Okay.
like a copy, if you want to put some text in a box, this is the way to do it lah.
Okay.
Okay. All right, let's look at
Great.
another one. So this is straightforward. Let's look at another image, then we can see what else we can do. I want to take this red car. KLCC JPEG. KLCC is the after. So I'm
Okay.
show you the image that we are going to work with. This is the after.
Okay.
Okay, if you notice, this is a car, but the text goes around the body of the car.
Car.
Yeah,
Yes.
so we
Okay.
want to know how we can do this, right?
Okay.
Okay, so let's take that image from red car JPEG
Okay.
and then put it into Photoshop. And now I'm going to show you how you can put a text around anything. You can go around like that.
Okay.
So this is where the pen tool comes into play lah.
Oh,
I know
okay.
we have not covered the pen tool, but maybe I can
Yep.
show you how to do a simple path. It's all according to a path lah that we can draw.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna go and grab my pen tool, which is down here in the toolbox.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, and I'm gonna start clicking from the bottom left here. Okay,
Okay.
let me show you first, then you do. Yeah, so I can click once here. I let go of my mouse. I'm not holding anything. I bring my pen here, and I
Okay.
click and I drag to the right. It becomes like a circle. I mean
Curve.
a line,
Okay.
a curve, right? And then if I
Yep.
click here, it's going to follow the curve. And I click
Okay.
here, I can drag. I can click here,
Okay.
and I can drag. Just follow the
Okay.
curvature of the car. Click
Okay.
and drag, click and drag. Okay,
Okay.
so I'm going to redo because here I don't like what's happening here. So I'm going to
Okay.
undo, Control Z, redo again. So I supposed to click here and then click here. I get the round.
Okay.
Then click here to bring it up. Just follow the
Okay.
contour. Follow where the thing is leading you. Click and drag,
Okay.
click and drag, click and drag, and then you finish it here. Okay. Once you do that, you
Okay.
can press Escape key,
Okay.
and you see the line, right?
Yep.
Okay. Now go and grab your text tool.
Okay.
Okay. When you bring your cursor now on the path, Photoshop will recognize,
Okay.
hey, this is a path. I think he wants me to put a text that will follow the path, right? So I can go and
Mm-hmm.
put my I beam on the text. It becomes something else. See, it becomes like a text I with that little curvy line there.
Yep. Yep.
So I click on it. Once I get a curvy
Okay.
line, now I can start typing. Or sometimes what do you call that? Photoshop will put the text in for you automatically. Okay.
Oh,
If I
okay.
undo that, you can see I can put it down here as well. As long as I can get the curve. Oops. Control Z that. It must turn to the I beam first, yeah? So this is problem here because it's not recognizing or you already have it there, so I'll undo first. So put it down here and then click. Yeah, now you get the line. Now you get the text.
Okay.
Okay, you see the text there?
Yep.
It follows the path, right? So if I double click, if I triple click, it select every text and then we can change the color from the text up here to
Okay.
black. Let's say we pick up the color from the car lah.
Mm.
Because whenever you take your mouse out of the box here,
Okay.
it becomes a color drop eye
Color
picker.
picker.
Yeah,
Okay.
click on
Okay.
it, it becomes the color that you want to choose.
Oh, okay.
Now you can see the image or the font has the same color as the car.
Mm.
Okay, you can change. Yeah, you can go and triple click inside here.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Select everything, and you can
Okay.
say, "Welcome to the car." No car lah. Put automobile expo in Kuala Lumpur, something like that, Malaysia. And we can release that, delete the rest of it lah by clicking and dragging. There's a lot of text after that. Okay, never mind. So you get the idea, right?
Got it, sir.
Okay, that means
So when you create the part, you have to create it nicely from the beginning. You
yes,
won't be able to
you can edit.
change the.
You can. Good question.
Oh,
Under the
okay.
text icon, you will see a black arrowhead.
Okay.
Yeah. If you right click on the black arrowhead, you can see a white arrowhead.
Oh, okay.
The white arrowhead is the one that we can change the points of where when you first planted the points. Yeah. If I click on the white
Oh,
arrowhead, if I select the path, right, you
okay.
can see I can see dots now. So if I
Okay.
select the dot, I can move it around.
Oh,
See
okay.
what I mean? And they have this little teeter totter here, the bezier
Okay.
handle. You can adjust. You can make it longer.
Okay.
Okay, it will just follow. Okay, even make it smoother like that. Okay,
Oh, okay.
you can change it after the fact. This is what Illustrator has lah. These are what we have in Illustrator as well. You can
Okay.
change the path and all that, right? Any points you can click on it and then you can move it. But it
Got
has
it.
to be the white arrowhead, not the black arrowhead. The black
Mm-hmm.
arrowhead will change, will move the whole path. See? If I select the black arrowhead here,
Okay.
black arrowhead, oops, it's supposed to move the whole path. It's actually giving me a, it's giving me a little I beam with a small little triangle to the right, right? That means that
Okay.
I can select the beginning and the ending of the text here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I can actually push the text to start a bit later, maybe down there, or I can push the text to start earlier. Okay. This is the ending, and like a book end, like if you put books in between the two ends, right? This is the beginning of the text, and
Okay.
then this is the right. I know you can't see my face, but let me switch on my face so you can see what I'm trying to do. Even if you see my face, the camera is moving so slow. Okay. So the black arrow will allow you to help you to push the ending and the beginning of the text.
Okay.
See, this is a very difficult one in Photoshop. The Illustrator one is much smoother, much easier to use. So this is pushing the beginning, bring down the text over here, and then the end part we can see the arrow becomes to the left now. So I can stop where the text is showing. Yeah. And if you put somewhere in the middle, what do you see? Middle pun sama. And then I can click and drag it up to make the text go up the line.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All below the
Or I
line.
can click
Okay.
and drag it down. It becomes below
Okay.
the line.
Mm,
Okay.
got it.
So that's the text that follows the path.
Got it, sir.
Yeah. Okay, that's it. Don't want to dwell in that too much. Okay, we have another example, but I'm not going to do it because the dancer is probably the same thing that we did for the car.
Okay.
It's a dancer, but we have to follow the body of the lady. But you already get the idea, right?
Ah,
You
yeah.
have to
Got it,
so you
sir.
have to create the path with the pen tool first, and
Okay.
then you type in the text.
Okay.
Okay, using the text tool. Okay. Let's do plenty of time. Let me see whether we can do something else. You want to jump into the pen tool, or you want to do something else? We have not talked about transformation objects yet. I think I want to do that next.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Are you okay with the text tool? You can understand straightforward, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. So let's go into transformation. Basically, this was a project we have to do
Oh, okay.
in the class. Okay. All right. So let me close that down, or I'll just tell you what. Let me go to transforming objects.
Objects. Okay.
Let's go and talk about. This is the after.
Okay.
Let me open up the after file, show you what I mean. Okay, this is the after project lah.
Okay.
Okay, if you notice in this image, we have two layers. The
Okay.
first layer has a PNG file, PNG file.
Okay.
Okay, and we have made it so nice that it fits the cup as if it was printed on the cup, on the coffee mug. And
Okay.
then you can see the highlights here as well coming through, right? If
Yep.
people cannot, if people don't know there's two layers, they'll think that this label was already on the coffee cup. as if it was printed
Yes,
manually. Yeah,
yes.
but it's not. It's actually a separate image. But we
Okay.
made it look as if it is. So this is going to be our project lah. I'm going to talk
Oh, okay.
about how we can transform images
Okay.
to fit into a curvature or whatever else that we want to put. Okay, I'm going to show you
Oh,
some
okay, got
transform
it.
tools. All right, so I'm going to bring up the other one, which is the before. Oh, this is the before image. Yeah,
Okay, okay,
you can see there's a label there. It's a PNG file which has transparency. This is
okay,
the after. This is the before. Okay.
okay,
All right. So I'm going to show you how we can do this to make it look as if it's like this. Right. So select the layer or the graphic layer. Okay.
okay,
In your edit menu up here, you can see that you have a lot of transformation. If you go to transform, you can see we have scale, we have rotate, we have skew, we have distort, we have perspective. Yeah.
yep,
I hardly use all these things because we can do that
okay,
manually by using what do you call that, the free transform tool, which is the Control T or
okay,
Command T. That's my favorite
okay,
keyboard shortcut lah for transforming objects. But the one that I
okay,
want to talk about is the warp.
okay,
Yeah, the warp is interesting because if you click on the warp, you can see now your image has a lot of points on it at the side.
okay,
If I come to the side here, you can see I can warp the image like that.
okay,
It becomes like a very rubbery type. Up here, I
okay,
can move. Yeah, becomes like very rubber. If I click inside also, I can move it. See that?
okay.
This is cool. How come I'm not looking at the? I don't get the grid. Used to have the grid. I can see the grid. Hang on. Let me see what they can on the 4x4. What is it saying here? Discard. Okay. Now we can see the grid.
Okay,
Switch it off automatically. Or you can even do a 3x3 if you want to. Let's stick to 3x3 lah.
okay,
All right. So you can see the grid, right? So every point here, if you can move the thing inside there. So
okay.
this is a very good way of putting people's face onto another people's face, or putting
Mm,
pictures into frames, right?
okay,
Fitting things around. This is a very good way of doing this. It's a warp, yeah, warping the image, and
okay,
we use a lot of this in visual effects as well for movies and all that.
okay.
Some like After Effects, we can animate this. It can be
Mm,
animated, not like something that's moving like that, like a gel or whatever. Yeah. But in
okay,
Photoshop cannot lah. It's all just points and then it's all fixed down. Okay. I'm gonna do a no entry because I want to reset. So first and foremost, what we have to do with this image is we have to rotate a bit to follow the rotation of the mark,
yeah,
right? So for that, I'm going to
okay,
use actually first I want to use edit free transform. Okay,
okay,
if possible, I want you to remember free transform keyboard shortcut because you're going to use it a lot.
okay.
So the keyboard shortcut for free transform is Command or Control T, T for transform.
Okay,
So I'm going to rotate that image a bit. Then I'm going to shrink it down a bit. So I'm going to go to the edge. I'm going to bring it down a bit. Otherwise, it will not fit. And move it. Okay.
mm,
There's a bit of rotation because the mark is a bit rotated, right?
yeah,
Okay. So I'm going to rotate that, and I'm going to accept that. Oops. Oh, sorry. I made a mistake. I pressed the no entry sign. So Command T again. Never mind.
okay,
Shrink it down, and then rotate a bit. Okay, and then check mark. All right, one step done. Second step is to warp it, around so as if it's part of the mark. Yeah. So this one you
okay,
have to experiment as well. This one will come to you after a while you doing all this stuff. Actually, it's quite not that difficult. Okay, so let's do again. Go to edit, transform, and use warp. Yeah, and we get the grid again, right?
okay,
So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and see whether I can fit the image into the mark by using this points here. Drag it down here a bit. Drag it down here a bit. Actually, it's difficult to do this way. I don't know why they change it. It's to be easier. Oh, I tell you what. Let me undo first. Let's do something different. Undo first. Okay. I will let's warp it first, and then we turn it. Let's try that first. Edit, transform warp. Okay, I want to use these handles here. 3 by 3 is fine. Okay, I'm going to push it inside a bit. It used to be easier. It used to have like handles. Okay, tell you what. Let me go to default view. Sorry, I prefer the default one. Go back to and edit. Every time they change to new Photoshop, they will change something which we are familiar with. That's the problem.
Oh.
Go back to default up here. Okay, so now default I can just have a few handles here I can choose. So I drag it down. This is the one that I'm familiar with. Okay, to make it rounded. This one to drag it inside to follow the curvature of the mark. Okay, the mark has like this curvature, right? So bring it down a bit here. I'm just trying to fit the thing inside. This one bring inside. This one has fewer points, so it's easier for us to edit. So I think that looks nice. Maybe here up a bit. Yeah, it looks as if it's fitting the image. Down here a bit. Yeah. Maybe the first time you'll try, you'll fumble a bit, but no
Okay.
worries. If you keep on trying, you can get something like a good warping. Click in the middle a bit, bring it a bit. Okay, I think that's supposed to be okay. So it's following the curvature of the cup. Yeah.
Mm.
Bring it down here a bit. Yeah, I think that's okay lah. Right? If I do a check mark up here, that looks nice. Yeah. Maybe I can make it refine a bit, but it's okay. Now we can also still go to Command T, Control T. We can rotate
Okay.
if I want to. Yeah, rotate a bit more, or you can even bring it up, down. I can even scale it down if I want to. Okay, after the fact, and all that, something like that. Okay, and then press enter to confirm. Right, looks nice. Yeah, like
Got it.
before it was straight line, you cannot see. So this one still looks a bit fake. You know why? Because the color is too bright.
Okay.
Whenever you have a mark in the lighting environment, you have to maybe bring the opacity down a bit, right? So
Okay.
in your layer panel, you see that's a word called opacity. Okay,
Opacity,
I'm going to bring
yes.
the opacity down a bit by clicking and dragging on the word opacity as well. Yeah, so you can see if I put about maybe 80% or 70%, looks much better. Okay,
Mm.
by the way, the percentage you can use your top of your keyboard. Yeah, 1 is
Okay.
10%, 2 is 20%, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0 is 100%.
Oh,
The
okay.
keyboard on top, yeah. So I'm gonna make it to 70%. Looks much better. Or maybe 75. I put that 75. Okay, 75%.
Got it.
Right? So one more step to make it even better is we want to use a blending mode here in the layer. If you notice here, if I zoom in, right,
Okay.
this highlight here, I want it to be on top of the image. This
Okay.
highlight here. So in order for us to do that, we have to change the blending mode. Okay, the new Photoshop, the blending mode, they will show you the results straight away, when you just drag only. Last time you had to click and stop and then look at the results, but now you just click and drag, it will show you the results. So I'm just scrolling down until I see the one that really fits my thing that I want. Screen cannot color dodge. Overlay. Overlay works very well. Can you see that?
This is under which tab, sir?
Up here in the layers panel.
Layer panel.
You see the
Okay.
word normal there?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
change that to overlay. If you put normal, like you see here, the highlight is not coming through in front of the logo.
Okay, mine grades so grayed out. So I need to click
Select
on
the
the
layer,
object, is it?
select the layer, select the layer, select the graphic layer.
Graphic layer.
Yeah.
Okay,
You select the graphic
got
layer,
it. Okay,
only
sir.
then you can change. So if you
Yep.
change to overlay, you can see now the highlight is coming on top of the logo.
Okay,
Normal, it doesn't come
got
up.
it.
It's at the as it's at the back. Yeah. But if you change to
Mm.
overlay, it comes in front of the logo. And now I think we can bring the logo
Uh,
back to maybe about 80 to 90%, because that overlay has given it a bit more lighter color. So now that's much better. So blending mode gives you an a result where it blends with the lighting and the background on the image itself.
got it, sir.
Okay, these are all mathematical
So this.
calculations.
Okay.
And then what they do, they'll minus some things out, plus something in. It's a very complicated mathematics lah. But a lot of people, they like
Okay.
to just scroll and scroll down until they see something, the result that they like.
Okay.
Okay, so if I press command 0, you can see now. But I should have that before and after. But you can see that it's more more realistic now, yeah, compared to just
Yep.
now. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
So that's how we warp images. This is good because we use a PNG file. PNG file is a transparent file, right? So we can put
Okay.
things on anything else, and then we
Okay.
can rotate them, and we can warp them around cylinders and buildings or whatever lah.
Okay. So normally for us to create, let's say if we take a photo, we wanted to create this PNG file, we have to do the cutting work, is it? Like those that you teach me with
Yes,
the
correct.
tools?
Yep, you're right.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, you
Choose the
have
outer layer and then remove the background. Then you'll
yes,
get the PNG.
exactly. And you
Okay,
have to
sir.
save as a PNG file.
Okay, got
If you
it.
save as a Photoshop file, also can use. But if
Okay,
you want to upload to internet, if you want to save as a logo, some people ask you give me a PNG file, then you have to save as a PNG file,
okay, got it.
right? Let's say I want to save this file now. I'll go to File,
Okay,
and then you can see up here we have Export, right? Export, we
okay.
can export to PNG, JPEG, you name it lah.
Yep.
If you want to
Okay.
save, so it's editable again and again and again, you also save as a PSD file. So you're going to use
Okay,
Save As instead.
got it.
So if you use Save As, you see you have an option of, where's my pop-up? It's going to come in any second now. There you go, right? So you can save as a Photoshop file. Down here you can see BMP,
Okay,
but don't use any one of this. Okay, save as a Photoshop file in this dialog box.
okay,
Okay, if you want to export as a PNG JPEG, don't use here. You have to go to export, yeah, which is
okay,
Photoshop. Sorry, File, Export,
okay, okay.
and there's one called
SVNG. Okay,
Export S.
okay.
I always remember the keyboard shortcut is Shift Command Alt W.
Okay,
I always remember that because it's easier instead of going up there and clicking here, clicking there. And this panel will open up. Okay, it's asking you what you want to save as, what you want to export as.
okay,
So you got your PNG, JPEG, GIF, SVG. Yeah. Most probably we're going to use 99% of the time is JPEG or PNG lah.
okay,
Okay, JPEG if you want to have an image without transparency. If you want everything that has something which have holes in them, or is a round image where you want to have round edges, then you have to use PNG. There's no choice.
okay.
Ping file lah, PNG, and then make sure
Got
you
it.
enable transparency.
Mm.
Yeah, enable transparency. Otherwise, it will become a white background, which we don't want.
Okay.
Okay, when you press enter, and you can play your background. All right. I'm gonna
So
cancel
I
that.
cannot hear you.
Sorry, and then you can click on export lah.
Okay, okay, got
Yeah,
it.
you click on export, and then you get the PNG file. If I do the PNG export now, in fact, you can still change the size down here if you want to. Yeah. If you decide that if you
Okay,
want to make only 50%, you can again
Okay.
scale down to 50%. That means
Oh,
the image is
okay.
going to be half the size of before you send it. So now it's be 500 by 559. You still
Mm.
have the chance to scale down here before you save it as an actual file.
Okay.
If you want to
Right.
put copyright contact, you can put it over here. Yeah, copyright contact you can enable in your preferences. Put your name and everything there. Jacob
Oh,
photography or whatever lah.
okay.
Okay, and nothing else here that we have to worry about lah. This one we leave it as automatic. And down here, if you want to change the color space, always it's good to convert to sRGB because everything that you want to put on web is good to put as sRGB.
Okay.
Okay, sRGB is a color space that we use for everything for web usage. Anything web, but when I say web means for social media, for websites, for
Okay.
presentation, they use sRGB because it has a more color in there compared to RGB image.
Got it.
Yeah. Okay, and then you click on export, and it will ask you where you want to export. And I'm going to put on my desktop and call it whatever you want to call it. Yeah, and then press save lah.
Okay.
Then the image will be on my desktop. And this is the file that you give to your clients or whoever lah, or you upload to somewhere.
Got it, sir.
Okay. All right. Okay. Pen tool. Do you want to go into pen tool or you want to go into the same topic, but I want to do a project with you? Which one?
We can check out the pen tools, sir.
Okay, let's
No
go to
problem.
pen tool. Okay. So let me close everything down. Okay. Let's create a blank page, a blank canvas. Yeah. So I'm going to do click on create new,
Okay.
and then let's choose custom. Custom is too small. Let's go to print.
Print. Okay.
Okay, and then choose A4.
Okay.
Okay, and A4 choose the landscape version, not the portrait. Yeah. Choose landscape,
Okay.
and then press create. Okay, let me close down my Adobe Bridge. I don't know why it's open. Okay, so I want to teach you the pen tool. Yeah.
Okay.
The pen tool is going to be very very useful if you want to create some odd looking shapes, also for selection purposes sometimes. Okay,
Okay.
and I'm going to go and grab my pen tool. As it is, pen tool can actually draw straight lines lah. Right, this is my pen tool. If I click, I'm just drawing
Okay.
lines. Yeah, I'm just drawing lines. And then go back to the end. You can see there's a small circle to close the whole path down.
Oh, okay.
Okay, to move the points, as I said earlier, we can use the direct selection tool. You select the point, you can move it around to reshape it if
Okay.
you want to lah. Okay, sometimes we can create shapes out of this. Sometimes we can even create just if I do a command or option delete, yeah, on my keyboard, I can just fill it with a color. Actually, sorry, not selected yet. So I'll go back to my pen tool and I do a right click in it. I say make selection. Okay, ask me what kind of selection I'm going to do. Whether it's going to be a sharp selection or just going to be a feather. I'm going to put 0. I'm going to say fast. Oh, sorry, no feather, 0.
Okay.
So it's going to be a very sharp edge lah. Now if I press option and delete, to put for me the color in there.
Mm.
Yeah. Right. This not a big issue about this because we can even use your polygonal lasso tool to do the same thing. It's the same thing, right?
Correct.
You can do, and then when you close this one, it becomes a selection straight away. Okay, and then you can
Mm.
use your option delete to fill up summer.
Okay.
Okay, no big deal. The big deal about the pen tool is this, yeah. So I'm going to reset back everything. This is the big deal about pen tool. P for pen, click, click and drag. This is what I'm talking about. How to make curvature like that. Okay, shorter become very narrow, longer becomes more curves. Then you go down here, you click. Then you go up here and you click and drag. Okay, you click, and then you can click, and then you can just close the whole thing down. Right? So normally in classroom, we will ask you to do an exercise. Okay, exercise
Oh,
means you have to follow some patterns if you want to draw, like a Batman logo or whatever. Even if you see any logos that people create, like a Nike logo, right? A
okay.
Nike logo follows a certain path like that. So that's you can only use pen tool for that, which is the best way to follow the path. Okay, let's go and grab
Okay.
one logo inside the demo or exercise file. I think in
Okay.
exercise file we might have some logo that we can follow. Let me see. Do we have any logo in here? Okay, can you see the word duck there? Duck PSD.
Okay.
Open the
Yes.
duck PSD. We will follow. We will trace the duck now.
Okay.
Okay, this is the duck. So this is my favorite exercise for pen tool. I learned the pen tool using this exercise. Same thing as well.
Oh, okay.
So we are going to create a path along this duck.
Oh, okay.
Right? The idea of the pen tool is you do not make so many points. The least the point, the better the path is going to be.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so let's do this. Um, okay, so let's start from the beginning. Let's see if I go up to the head here like that. Click, yeah.
Okay.
You have to click and you have to drag a bit because we want to make that curvature of that head there.
Mm.
Okay, and because now the curvature is not going this way and our way, it's going a bit up. I have to hold down my option key and drag it to the left. Yeah, to
Okay.
break it a bit, right? A bit to the right like that,
Oh, okay.
right? And then if I come to this side here, click and drag, I can get the curvature of the head. It doesn't have to be perfect, yeah? We can always come and change it later. Yeah?
Mm.
And then I come to the bottom here, I click and then I drag to fit that head there. Yeah?
Oh,
Now to reverse the other way around, I have to hold down my option key to break it and go the other way
okay.
around. You must point it to where it's going to go.
Okay.
Right? And I click at the edge of his oops sorry, I think I click and drag. Okay. And now I hold on the option. Okay. And then oops, hold on the option. Click and then I drag. I let go here. Right. I don't let go of my option key yet. I just click once here like that. In fact, I should click and drag lah. Click and drag. Oops. It's supposed to be here. Click and drag. It's going. I think this is too long. So I'm going to grab my convert point tool
Okay.
to make it shorter. I think I drag it too long already, that's why. So it's supposed to be only that short. Okay, and then convert back to the pen tool, click and drag up. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. Then you come
Oh, okay.
here, you click and you drag down. In fact, if you hold down the spacebar, you can move the points around. Okay, and then you come down here all the way, click and drag. Try and see whether you can make the curvature or not. Okay, and then you click on at the body here, click and drag up.
Mm.
Okay, because you can always move the points later. Click here, and then click here to move the other way around.
Okay.
Click here. After experience, you will probably know where to click the next button. It's all
Got
come
it,
with
sir.
it come with experience. Okay, so here we have to break this thing guy. So you hold on the option key, you can break this guy to point it to the mouth. You click there, then you click up here, make it be around. Click here to drag it up a bit, and then you close it. Okay, so about 90% of thing is done for us.
Yeah.
It's going to be a bit difficult for you to do in the first place, but you have to practice a lot. Now we can
Got
go
it.
to the white arrow tool.
Okay.
We can click on the point. Let's say this point is not so perfect. Okay, we can adjust this guys here. See what I'm doing?
Mm.
Adjust this one so it fits the tail of that duck. This one also I can adjust. It's a bit too far out. Okay, like that.
Okay.
And then this one here as well. I think I can use this one here to bring it down a bit. Okay. This one looks okay, but make it shorter a bit. And I move this point inside. Yep. And this one I can move this up a bit. Okay, so I can make perfect correction if I want to, yeah.
Okay.
Then this one also I can click and drag. Okay, so now I got a perfect
Okay.
selection. So if I go grab my pen tool again, I can right click, I can say make selection, right? No feather. And if I do a
Okay.
command or control J on my keyboard, it goes onto its
Okay.
own layer lah, like that.
Mm.
Right? I have
So the
maybe
main purpose of using this pen is actually to help us to choose the difficult edges, is it?
yeah, selection tool. So basically, a lot of things people use for selection lah. But some people they create
Okay.
path. They create a path, and I hardly use for path because when you create a path, you can see under your path, what do you call that panel? You already created a
Okay.
path of the work path. You can see that as a work path, which
Mm.
is actually your. Let me make this one a bit bigger. You can see a duck is there,
Mm.
right?
Got it.
So if you lose your selection, let's say you do a selection and you lose it, you can always go to the path, and at the bottom of the
Okay.
path there's three buttons there. Okay, the three buttons will tell you you can make a selection out of it as well. Load path as a selection. There you go. Click on it. The selection will come back.
Oh, okay.
Anytime you define one path, you can always come back because it will
Okay.
be saved in your path panel.
Okay.
Okay, like in your mask will be saved in your channels panel, but the path you create
Okay.
with the pen tool will be inside your
One
path
thing.
panel. Yeah, down here you see the
Okay.
button, right? If I select the word path, you can see it becomes a. This one I can make it like a stroke with a brush. So if I
Okay.
want to stroke it with the brush, I click on this. So now you can see
Okay.
I have a stroke around it with the brush. I hardly use that. Yeah. The other one would be to fill up. I think it's going to fill up the whole thing with a color or something. It says here fill path with foreground color. Okay, it's going to be black. So if I change my foreground color to something else, maybe something like that. So if I do that now, it's going to take over the whole thing. It's filling up the. Yep, there you go. Yeah,
Mm.
that's the other button is. What if I change my. No, I can't do that. I thought of changing the blend mode to something else so I can see a different color of the duck. Not here. Or maybe we can use the brush that we mentioned earlier. Like if you go back to your layers, go and grab your brush. Remember we did
Okay.
this, change to color, and then we use that
Okay.
orange just now. We can just make it more orange instead of yellow. We did this with
Mm.
the cup layer yesterday, remember?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You need for the code
Or
actually.
in the code as well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we can do that if we want to. So uh, pen tool you have to practice lah. In
Got
fact,
it.
this is a very good training for you for this duck. When I learned pen tool first time, I went to the idea is the least the point. See how many points you can do. The least the
Okay.
point you can do to cover the whole duck. Like my points are there. Let's see how much did I do. What's my point like? What did I do? Let me see. Go back to my selection tool. I did it in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 points.
Okay.
Some of my students did it in 9 points.
Oh.
Yeah. So the least point you can do, the better your curves is going to be. Because if I put points everywhere, like what I'm going to do now, like if I go to, let's say I delete the path. Yes. Command. If I go like this way, lot of my students will probably do this first, They go like that now. Click, click, click. They go like that.
Oh.
But you can see it will be jagged, right? They do like this.
Yep.
It's not good. And later you see you have it, they're all very jagged lines. Right?
Correct.
So we don't. In the pen tool is we use click and drag.
Okay.
Yeah, click and then click and drag. So if you want to practice this,
Okay.
I think in the demo files I have under pen tool, you see you have two exercises: pen tool exercise 1 and pen tool exercise 2. Yeah,
Okay.
with two JPEG files there. Let me open that up. I'll show you what it means. This one's, yeah. So the first exercise is quite easy to make a star.
Okay.
Okay, if I create a new layer on top of my background layer, because I don't want to draw on that layer, I'll create a new layer, and then the other layer is locked, right? So now if I go grab my pen tool, P for pen, I can click number 1 here, click number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and close. I get a star.
Okay.
Right? If I go to the path area now, I can click the first button. You can see I can fill up a color in there. Yeah. Okay. What about the next one? So this one will require you. This one will require you to do a bit of click and drag to make a circle.
Okay.
Okay. We need 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. But we have to click and drag to the number. 1, you click to drag number 2, 3 to 4. Let's try that. Yeah. Make sure we have the right layer selected. Or you grab your pen tool, P for pen. You click here, you drag to number 2. Okay. You click 3, drag to 4. Then you click number 5, you drag to number 6. You click on number 7, you drag to number 8. And then you come back and you tutup with number 1. That's it. Number 1 you don't have to click and drag anymore.
Got it.
Yeah. And now if I right click, I say make a selection. And then I can throw in option delete. We got a circle.
Okay.
Yep. Why does my circle have a black edge? I don't want that. Okay, never mind. It has black edge, right? You can see. Oh, it doesn't have, sorry. Looks like it has a black edge. Tada. Okay, next exercise. Okay. This one.
Multiple curves. Okay.
You're creating a wave, yeah? Like a wave. Right, let's try that. Make sure the right layer is selected. Pen tool. Click. You drag up your pen. Yeah, you let go of the mouse. You come to here. You click, you drag down with the pen. Let go of the mouse.
Okay.
Click and drag up to number 6.
Okay.
Release the mouse.
Okay.
7, drag down to number 8, release the mouse.
Okay. Okay.
Done.
Got
You
it.
get a wave. Okay, escape key to remove from this one, and then that's your path there. Okay, so what you can do with the path, you can go to edit, and you can select stroke. Is that an edit stroke somewhere? There you go, stroke, yeah? Edit and stroke. When you click on stroke, you ask you how many pixels of stroke you want to create. I will say create a 3 pixel stroke and press it OK. So now we get a stroke. Is it coming up? No? Maybe I should have selected the path first. Select with my black arrow tool. Okay, now selected. Now go to stroke. Edit stroke. Oh, now stroke cannot select. Is it raining at your place?
No, sir.
Edit stroke. Or maybe I have to go to my path first. Select the path. Right click and stroke. Edit stroke. Nice, gone off. Let's try the selection tool. Edit stroke. Oh, now stroke can access it. I may need to be the pen tool. Never mind. Can't stroke it. Never mind. We are learning the pen tools. Okay. Okay, let's go to the next one. Alright, this is also quite easy. Yeah.
Okay.
Grab your pen tool. You click and drag down. You release the mouse. You go up here.
Okay.
Click and drag down. But before you drag down, you have to hold down the option key. Yeah.
Okay.
So I tekan, I hold down my option key, I drag down. I'm breaking the point actually. Go up here.
By pressing the option.
Correct. You click and then option key down, drag down.
Okay.
You click first with your mouse, hold down the option key and then drag down. And
Okay.
let go. So you got the curves like that. The scoops.
Got it, sir.
Yeah. So you got the scoops there. So the option key basically breaks the path that's going to the curve. It breaks the curve lah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, this one is a bit susah. Okay.
Okay.
All right, let's try this. Pen tool. You click, you drag. Oops, let me escape first. You click, you drag up.
Okay.
Let go of the mouse. I'm not holding anything. You click, you drag down. Now, before releasing your mouse, you hold on the option key, drag this path upwards here.
Okay.
Okay, and then you go to the other side, you click, you drag down. You hold on the option key, you break the path, go up here. And then you click, you drag down. You hold on the option key, you break, you bring it up here. Then you click and you drag down. And you let go of the mouse. Okay?
Got it.
Alright, so it's you just have to follow the instructions here lah.
Yeah, okay, got it, sir.
And then this one lagi interesting. Okay, because we got curves and we got straight lines as well. I'll show you how to do it until you practice. Okay, escape key first. Okay, click and drag up. Okay, release the mouse.
Okay.
Click and drag down. But instead of breaking the point, go upward straight away, I'm only going to go halfway like that. And point towards here.
Okay. While pressing the option.
While pressing the option.
Okay.
And then you let go everything, you click once on to make that line.
Okay.
Yeah, then you press the Option key again and then drag down. Okay, and
Okay.
then click and drag up.
Mm.
Option key down, break it, go to the right, let go of everything, click to make the line. Now you
Okay.
press Option and drag up, and then you click here, you drag down,
Okay.
and we are done.
Got it.
Okay, the Option key is important. How you time yourself with the Option key, so it comes by time. Yeah, your finger will remember lah. Okay, and this one is the last one. In fact, I got the other one as well. This is a bit interesting. You can either make it very simple, or you can make it complicated by coming back. Yeah, not only you go from like a Z like that, you also come back again to fill up this area here like that. So I'll
Okay.
show you. Yeah, Escape key. So you go to from number 1 to number 2, right? So you have to click and drag. Okay, and then number 3 to number 4, click and drag down to number 4. It's here, right? And you say now, let me open this up a bit more. Then you go to number 5, do a bit. 3 to number 4, yeah.
Okay.
And then you go to, where's number 5? 5 is here. There's the line there. Now I want to do this line, right? So if I click and drag, I cannot. I have to go to again to 5, 3 to 5, and then press Option key, and then go to 6. Okay, from 6 I go to click and drag to go to 8, and then I hold down my Option key to break it to come back to number 10. Okay, from number 10 I have to go to 11, right? 11 is here. Drag it to 12.
Yep.
Okay, 12 I have to break it because it's now going the other way around, right? It's heading to the other side. So to break it, no, I have to click on number 12 first. And then number 13 is here. Hold down my Option key. Okay, hold down my Option key. 13, oops. That's correct. And then now I create another one. 13 is here. Then I drag to number 14. That's correct. If I click on the pen itself, it can be minus, right? So what I do is I will click on 13 again. Drag to number 14. Okay. And
15.
to 14. Then go to 15 and drag down. Oops. Go to 15. Drag to number 16. Okay. And somewhere here, I have to do some adjustment now. Yeah, it's supposed to be that way. Okay. Right? They all look normal except for when you go back to number 13 or number 3 and number 13 here is a bit complicated.
Oh,
You can let
okay.
go everything and then you can recreate that line again. What I want you to do is I want you to do this exercise.
Sure.
If you can do this, you can do this as well. Yeah.
Got it, sir.
And then we have another one as well, the pen tool exercise. We don't have to do pen tool exercise too if you don't want to, but if you want to practice, why not? But the
Sure,
duck,
sir.
the duck one is the one that you really will help you lah. The one we did earlier.
Okay.
This is just straightforward as well. This one. This is very straightforward. Okay, but the more you
Okay.
practice with the pen tool, the better you're gonna get.
Right.
Okay, very useful if you want to trace logos, like a Nike. I sometimes I give the Batman exercise logo as well.
Uh,
Mm, what we have to do next is, I think we covered all the topics. Video I'm not going to do because video, I used to teach video, but it's the tools that you have inside of Photoshop. Either you learn Premiere or After Effects to do video lah.
sure, sir.
What
Sure,
you
no
can do
problem.
inside of Photoshop is where if you learn also no point because it's not like a conventional video editing kind of software. You're learning
Okay.
something which is not in line with the other video editing tools. That's why I don't like to teach.
Okay.
Pen tool, layers we have done, type tool, image editing tools we have done, transforming objects done. Selection we okay. Image provision we okay. Okay, okay. Right, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah. So, which of the topic that you was more was very interesting for you? Of all the 9 topics that we have covered, which one was very
Mm,
useful for you?
I think difficult to choose one, sir.
Okay,
Just now the color correction was really interesting.
okay. Yeah, but I think because you wanted to learn how to edit photos and all that, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
correct.
So color correction before we leave, I want to show you something. Yeah.
Okay.
I think I.
Sir, just to check with you, the HDR folder, what is it?
Oh, this one is to create HDR images. It's more of
Okay.
an intermediate and advanced topic lah.
Oh, I see.
But
Which means it will consume more time.
it will consume more time. One thing is number two is won't be useful for you if you're not taking HDR images lah.
Ah, okay,
HDR
got it, got
images are
it.
basically a combination of several images. Remember when I told you just
Yeah.
now, our eyes are not as good. Sorry, our eyes are better than the camera. Okay, so since you're
Okay.
talking about it, I must well talk about it lah. Yeah. So if you see in this
Okay.
your images that we have 3 images here, I'm going to open this up, these images inside of Photoshop and show you what I mean. Yeah. HDR images are normally raw images that was taken by a camera.
Okay.
This is camera raw. Okay, camera raw is actually a software that comes inside of Photoshop for you to edit raw images from your camera.
Okay.
Okay, if you notice that we have 3 exposure levels. One is the darker one,
Okay.
something in the middle, and then sometimes we have an overexposed. Okay, in the
Okay.
overexposed image, you can see we don't see much of the sky detail,
Okay.
and in the underexposed one, we don't see much. We see the sky, but not much of the foreground detail.
Okay.
So HDRI, HDR is a high definition. HDRI is high definition range imagery lah.
Okay.
It's actually HDRI lah. What is a technique where they combine the best of 3. They take
Okay.
the one with the highlights, they take one with the shadow, they combine to become one image that looks
Okay.
as if it was taken in one camera at one time. Okay.
Okay. Got it.
So if you notice here, we have a foreground tak nampak sangat. Okay, but I want to combine these 3 now.
Okay.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll select all 3 images
Okay.
and up in the menu, I don't know whether I have the menu here or not. Okay, I'll select all 3, right? And up in the
Okay.
menu, under Photoshop, file, I think we have a menu here. Inside here, in fact. I've not done this for quite a while. There should be a button here telling us to
Okay.
combine the HDRI images.
Which into one. Then it will create on its
Yes,
own.
yes, it will be created into one. Let me see where is the images. I'm not going to open that. If I open the image, it's going to open up the image in Photoshop, which we don't want.
Okay.
We want to use this application to combine them up. Let me see. Can't even see what this is. Snapshots. This one. Nope. I can do a right click. There you go. Merge HDR.
Okay.
Okay, select all 3. Yeah. I've selected all three, yeah, by using shift select, right click, I say merge HDR. I can even make a panorama. Panorama means if I take images in sequence like that, one on the
Okay.
left, one in from left to right, I've taken images in sequence, I can combine them up in a panorama,
Okay.
but we want to use HDR. So I click on it, so let it do its stuff.
Okay.
It's processing, you can see there's a processing window here. Alright, so this image now here is a combination of all three. You can see very
Oh,
clear here, very
stop
clear there.
three.
Right?
Okay.
But when you take the HDRI image, it has to be on a locked off camera. It has to be locked. You cannot have even a bit of movement.
Okay.
Right? You can see there's a DEG host here, right? It's called, you can see
Okay.
deghost. Two words
Okay.
now to deghost it. If you have a bit of movement in your picture, then you have to put a deghost on it.
Oh,
You can
okay.
put a low, medium, high. In this case, because the image was all the frames were exactly the same, you don't have to put a deghost.
Oh,
Okay,
okay. Got it.
align images means, let's
So
say,
normally this one, they will take few shots on the same spot from the same spot.
exactly. One
Okay.
will
Different
be
different lighting condition.
your camera settings will be underexposed one, and then
Okay.
overexposed one, and one normal. So
Got it.
in your camera, the exposure can be changed, right? You can adjust the
Yep.
exposure. So they are taking best of both worlds lah. So if you see now, compared to these images, like this one is too blown out in front, but now it's
Okay.
perfect. You can see everything.
Mm.
This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
just like what our eyes are looking at now.
Mm.
Okay, and then you can click on the word merge here,
Okay.
and it becomes one image lah, and then you can save it. It's a
Got it.
DNG file. You can see that DNG file. That's
Okay.
called digital negative.
Okay. Got it.
In Canon, they will call it something else. In Nikon, they call it something else. I think Canon call it CRW,
Okay.
camera raw. Oh no, sorry. In Nikon it's NEG, I think.
Oh,
In Canon
okay.
it's something else, and then Adobe calls it something else. Adobe call it CRW, camera raw.
Okay.
So and then you can convert that into become a PSD file, or you can convert into JPEG and PNG lah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Normally the DNG files are quite big, but this one is also taken by camera EOS 5D Mark II. You can see in
Okay.
your panel here, you can see this is about, how big is this file? Let's see, 67 megabyte.
Mm.
Yeah, even if I take one is about 19.7 megabyte. That's how big the file is. It's 20 megabyte file. Okay,
Oh,
it's
okay.
3000 by 5000, quite big. It's taken by a Canon 5D Mark II, and aperture and all that all was here already. If you look at the
Got it, sir.
exposure level, is 1/8000, and then the other one was 1/2005, and the other one was 1/6640. So this is the bit darker image. But this is the
Mm.
brighter one. The exposure was open up. The iris was open up, right?
Got it.
If you make it darker, you have to close the iris a bit. The smaller the iris, the more light, the less light can come in. So the darker the image, lah.
Got it, sir.
Yeah. So that's HDRI, lah, basically.
Okay. Okay.
We use this a lot in visual effects for movies and all that kind of stuff when we want to have high density images, high range of imagery, so you can edit in your image.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. And by the way, remember I mentioned earlier that if you want, you can capture images high res.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you can edit in Photoshop much better. So this is probably one of the images that you can edit, lah.
Got it, sir.
Try. What's going on here? Cancel. Okay. So when you do an HDRI image, you will get something like this. You get a camera raw will open up automatically for you. The camera raw
Okay.
12.21, and then you see you can have exposure much more than compared to a JPEG. Even I bring that down to almost zero, I can still see the image here. If it's
Okay.
JPEG, you won't be sitting anymore. Even if I overexpose also, I can still recover some image.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can recover some image back. Can bring down the highlights, give a bit of more shadows, lessen the white. Quite high exposure here, So I can adjust more. See, the cloud is still there. If you JPEG files, koyak already. Cannot see anything already. Yeah. So it's good that Photoshop or Adobe gives us a raw editor inside of Photoshop itself.
Got it.
It will only pop up when you are importing a HDRI image or any raw images, lah.
Got it, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll cancel that. That's it. Yeah.
Okay.
So is there anything else that you need? You let me know.
Sure,
Did
sir.
I miss
I
anything at
can
all?
send you email anytime, right?
You send me an email anytime. You can send me WhatsApp if you want to meet up again for another session. Just for if you have any question, you let me know.
Sure, sir.
Yeah.
Sure. So, I mean, talking about those things that we had discussed yesterday. So, is there any plans, sir, or you want to decide later
On what? Sorry, I can't
on
remember.
online class? Because you told me that to cover the remaining part. So normally, I think you have to have a separate class, right?
Mm.
Is there anything else to cover? Because I believe you told me there are a lot of other things also to cover, right?
Basically, when you come for our 2 days class,
Yes.
we
Okay.
will give you more exercise to do lah. The
Okay.
topics we have
Understand.
covered everything, but we will sit you down in the class for you to practice. In fact, I also need to give you assignments and all that. Are you willing to get
Oh,
Are you willing to do an assignment?
can sir, why not? At least I can see
Okay,
what I can do.
I'll
Then if I cannot do that, at least I can ask you.
okay, cool. I'll give you an assignment now, and we
Okay.
meet up. Let's say sometime middle of next week, and I want to look at what you do, and I want to correct
Uh,
you as you go along.
okay, can.
Is it okay?
Sure, sure,
Okay,
sir.
so this is
Sure.
what I want you to do. Yeah. All right. Since
Okay.
you already know most of the topics on Photoshop, let's give you a challenge lah. Let me close
Okay.
all this stuff. So normally we do this in class where you will sit down for 20 minutes and finish off the assignment, but you get plenty more time lah. So if you go
Okay.
into your exercise files folder,
Okay.
okay, there is this image. I will need you to combine a few images together, yeah?
Oh, okay.
Uh, there's this image of this girl, okay?
Under exercise file, right?
Under exercise file, correct. Okay, there's this
Okay.
image of the girl, and there's this image of a beach site. Let me make my icons a bit bigger. Okay. This image. Okay.
Okay.
This is the stock 6.jpg.
Okay.
Okay. And we have a moon. Not a moon, like basically an earth sitting on a moon. This image. Okay. So what we're going to
Okay.
do is, okay, this one I will subscribe. I will tell you what to do. Let me just make my brush smaller. Okay. All right. I want you to take this girl,
Okay.
cut her out from the background. Okay.
Just a girl alone.
Just a
Okay.
girl. You remove her from the background.
Okay.
Okay. Take her out using your selection tool that you have learned.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. It's supposed to be normal here. Okay, you cut her out. Okay.
Okay.
Whether it's a matter what selection tool you use,
Okay.
and you put her in this image. Okay. She will be sitting here.
Okay.
Okay. Kaki like that. Okay. That's one thing. And
But this bench is actually facing the other side.
exactly, I was just about to tell you that. I want you to reverse this bench so it looks as if she's sitting on the bench on this side. So you got to figure out how to do that. Actually,
So
it's actually quite
it's
easy.
not turning the girl the other side. It's about turning the bench
Yes.
facing forward.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I'll let you think about it first. Right?
Sure.
Give you a lot of
Okay.
days to think about it. Remove this thing out. Take it out
Okay.
totally. Remove this thing out totally.
Okay.
And put this image, okay, over here.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
Right?
Okay.
And then change the sky to something else. I don't want this sky. I want you to do this sky. Let me see.
Okay.
A lot of sky
Just take
images
that.
here. I think you can use this sky if you want to, or you can download from internet or anywhere you want. Okay, if it's not large enough, you can use this sky, or
Okay.
you can use this sky. One second, my mouse going over the edge today. Or you can use this sky. If it's not big enough, you look for something on the internet. That one I'm okay. So
Okay.
this
Change
sky,
the sky.
yes, change the sky. So how are you going to do it?
Okay.
You want me to give you some ideas, some tips, or you want to try it on your own?
Let me try first, sir.
Okay. So number
Okay.
one, you might want to take a screenshot of this.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
take a screenshot of this.
Okay, hold on, sir. Okay, done.
All right. So again, yeah,
Okay.
you take this girl, you cut her out from this background
Okay.
because she's sitting on a bench, right? But it looks okay lah. You
Okay.
bring her and let her sit on this bench.
Okay, this JPEG is stock 6 JPEG.
Yes.
Okay.
You can rename it if you want to, like girl or whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
Then you have to reverse the way this thing looks.
Okay.
Yeah. That means you have to remove this thing and edit here something like that. So this one is exactly the same.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can copy from here to there. So then it
Okay.
will look reversed. Sini pun sama. Ambil daripada sini, down here, reverse, put it over here. Cover the thing. Remember we did the other day, the guy, we wanted to remove him?
Okay.
Okay. Same here. And take this thing out. Patch tool or whatever tool that we have learned.
Okay.
Okay. This whole pole has to go out. Right. Put the earth image there.
Okay.
This guy. You have to take him out, clear him up. Yeah. You have to use selection tool and bring it into this image and plant him there.
Okay.
And then totally change the sky. So from this horizon onwards, you can select and feather the part. Okay, up here all the way. You remove the sky.
Change the sky. Okay.
Change the sky. And either change to this sky or this sky or whatever sky you can download from the internet.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, everything must look as if the image was taken by a camera. That means you can do that means you do a bit of color correction.
Okay.
Right. So it has to look as if it's. You can change the mood of the color. You can change, right? Like you do a bit of color correction. Maybe you want to make it evening or morning or whatever, up to you.
Okay.
Right. And then it has to look as if she's sitting on the table as well, on the bench.
Okay, sir. Got it.
Boleh?
Okay.
So you got until middle of next week, or once you're
Okay,
ready,
can.
or even when you want to ask me question, okay, hey sir, this one I'm not sure, and then I can give you some tips.
Okay, sir.
All right.
Okay, can.
Cool. I leave it with you.
Okay.
And if you wanna talk again on next week Wednesday or whatever, we can connect again, and then we can go through the whole thing again.
Sure, sir.
Okay, give you some ideas how maybe you can do it. I'm not saying that you can't do it, but maybe I can guide you as I go along as well.
Sure, sir. Sure.
All right, Jagan.
Okay.
All right, so you take care. It was nice
Okay,
talking to
you
you.
too,
But
sir.
later I'm gonna ask you for a favor.
Okay.
I probably need to some testimonial from you lah. Like I want to put on my website because this is the first few times that we have done online training, and we're collecting some testimonials for some of our students lah. So we can put them on our website to tell people like besides doing classroom exercises, classroom training, we're also doing online training.
Okay.
Because the other day on the first day you mentioned that the reason why you're doing online training is because one thing, you cannot get leave, which is important. It's far for you to travel, for you to go back and forth from. Where do you live anyway?
Klang, sir.
Wow. So Klang to Cyberjaya is still the distance, just to go and come back, right? And you're going to spend a full day there, and then probably petrol or something like that lah.
Okay. So I'll just write a nice testimonial, then I'll send it over to you.
And then maybe if you allow me, I can use your image to put in my website as well.
Sure, sir. No problem.
Can.
So you need any image or how?
If you have a photo of yourself, if you don't mind
using
your photo,
I'll just send it
you
over
just
to
send
you.
me in your email, and I'll put it in my website lah.
Sure, sir. Sure.
All right, Jagan, it's been a pleasure talking to you and teaching you.
Yes.
So I hope you have learned a lot. But still, we can keep in touch if anything.
Sure, sir. Sure. Actually, I intend to learn more. I mean, just as a hobby. So time to time, I will contact you, sir.
Please do.
And we see what we can do. Then when you have like promotions or any other stuff, new things, then you just send over the email, then I'll have a look.
Definitely, you're in our list, so you will get all the emails from us.
Sure, sir. Sure.
And thank you for becoming our online customer.
Okay, no worries, sir.
So you take care, and I'll see you next week lah. Once you
Okay, sir.
have
You
your
too. Take care.
assignment done, yeah.
Okay, sir.
Alright.
Okay, bye.
Take care, Jagan. Have a good one.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, same to you. Okay, bye.
The image still blur.
No, it's better now.
Better now.
But
Okay.
your video is lagging.
Yeah, I know.
But
I need to
image is
figure out
better.
what because yesterday I sent a support. I asked people why is it lagging. They have not supplied. We have not answered me yet.
Oh, okay,
It's
okay.
supposed to be
Great.
smooth. It's supposed to be like I'm talking to you in a normal, but I don't know why it's lagging like that. I'll find out lah. I'll fine tune it.
Okay. Your Photoshop image is crystal clear now.
Okay, awesome. Right, that's good to know.
Okay, sir.
All right, Jagan, take care.
Take care, sir. You too. Bye.
Bye bye.
Okay.